you're just getting started in the drone industry and are looking to automate your drone for data collection, well, it's always just cost money, no matter if you had a drone like this or a more expensive drone to do that. And it's always been like that. Whether it costs you $15 a month or hundreds of dollars a month, I never really believed in that, which is why I'm completely changing all of that today with one free application that allows you to turn practically any DJI drone into a mapping machine. And I'm going to take you step by step within this video so that you can get this guy up in the air, collecting data within 10 minutes and producing these beautiful models for free. So let's jump into this.
Hey guys, Dylan Gorman here, and welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know who I am, I've been a commercial drone pilot for quite a while now, primarily doing drone mapping and aerial LiDAR data collection. And rather than boring you with the details, let's just jump straight into this video and why I am deciding to release an entirely free software that's going to allow you to take really any of these drones that you see right here and start collecting data for free. And I truly mean for free. For the longest time, there have been many different software applications that exist out there that allow you to automate the process of doing mapping or photogrammetry with some of these consumer drones that exist out there. Now, I do know that there are the enterprise side of the industry too, with the Mavic and Matrice line that allow you to use third-party applications or even first-party applications from DJI to systematically collect data. But that's not what most people in this industry have. Many of you are just starting out at the beginning level, whether it's with the Mini series or the Mavic or the Air, and don't necessarily have the funds, which that's totally okay. We all start from somewhere. And many of us, again, have these lower end drones, but these lower end drones are also very capable. But one thing I didn't really like is that some of the software applications that exist out there require you to pay money to get some of these premium features when it should just be given to you out of the box. So I developed a software called Waypoint OS that's going to take any of the drones that you see here and any of the drones that you see to the left of me and allow you to truly automate every single function of the drone to create these high resolution maps and 3D models. So rather than bore you with the details, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this step by step so that you can be up in the air collecting data within the next 10 minutes. First of all, let's talk about what exactly you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need a drone that is compatible with our software, or really just this workflow that we're doing. So in this case, I'm going to be using the Mini 5 Pro. The next thing is a compatible controller. The best part, every controller that you see here, whether it's the bigger RC Pro or the newer RC Pro for some of the other drones, or even if you're using the RC N2 or N3 controller with your Android or iOS device, this works. In this case, I'm going to be using the smart controller that I got with my Mini 5 Pro. The last thing that you're going to need is a computer. And the best part is this works on either Windows or Mac. The software, again, is free, so you can install it on either one. I'm going to be using Windows for this entire process. And that's all you really need here. Compatible drone, the controller, and a device to actually create your mission plans on. Now, let me show you exactly how to get this set up and running and how to actually create the mission to do the full automation on your drone. Now that we're here on the computer, I'm going to take you step by step on exactly how to, one, download and install the Waypoint OS application, whether it's for Windows or Mac. Again, we're going to be doing this on Windows, but the process is the exact same. Then I'm going to show you how to create a mission plan. Once that mission plan is created, then I'm going to show you exactly how to get it onto your controller so that you can do the automated mission. Then we're going to go outside, collect that data, come back in here, process it, and show you what that output looks like. So first of all, you need to go to pilotbyte.com/waypoint-os. I'm going to have a link down in the description so you can easily get to this site right here. From there, you're going to click this big yellow button, get lifetime access for free. It's then going to take you to another page. All you need to do is throw your email address in here. Once you click sign up for free, you're going to get an email from our website. All you have to do is click into log into your account. From there, you're going to want to access the My Courses. If you've gotten courses from me before, it's all going to be here, but you want to go and navigate. For me, I'm going to have to go to the second page here and go all the way down to the bottom where it says the Waypoint OS. We're going to click on Access Now, and the only button that you need to click is click Download All. From there, a little pop-up is going to happen. You're just going to download a zip folder. Once you open up that zip folder, you're going to see 2 different files in there. Depending on which device you're on, if you're on Windows, you're going to install the application type. If you're on Mac, you're going to install the DMG file. Install this as if you'd install any other application on your computer. Once that's complete, go ahead and open up the Waypoint OS application. From there, you're going to be greeted by a screen like this. This here is your dashboard. So you can create multiple different mission types. The best part about Waypoint OS is that we don't actually collect any of the data. It is stored locally on your device. So how do you actually go about creating a mission plan? Super simple. We're going to click on a new mission here. We're going to give it a mission name. I'm just going to call this Waypoint OS demo. If you want to give it a description, you can. And then we already have a pre-selection of drones on here. Because I'm going to be flying with the Mini 5 Pro that I have right here, I'm going to be selecting the Mini 5 Pro. And then you actually have 2 different options. If you already have a KML, let's say a client gave you a boundary of what they want you to fly, you can upload that directly here. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and draw it on the map, which that's what we're going to do right here. From there, we're going to click on Create Mission. Now, it's going to show Tampa here because that's where I'm located. But when you first open it up, it is just going to show the entire map of the United States. We have a search bar at the top. So I'm just going to go here and type Tampa, and it'll give a selection list here. So here we're essentially located on Tampa. I'm going to go up over to my office where I'm at right now, and we're going to create a mission plan for my office park. So to simply do that, we have some tools here on the left-hand side. And if you want to change what display type you're seeing right now, we have an option to select that in the top right-hand corner. So you can click Street, Satellite, and Hybrid. I usually like to use the hybrid view. From there, on the left-hand side, we're going to use these tools. So this first tool is a Draw Polygon. We're going to click on it, and we're simply just going to draw a very simple polygon of what we want to fly. To close the polygon, we're going to go back to the very first marker that we created and click on it. And you can see we now have these flight lines automatically generated based off of the drone that we're going to be flying with. So because we're flying with the Mini 5 Pro, we actually have all of the parameters in here. We can also change between feet and meters. By default, it will be in the metric system, but because I'm in the US, we're going to be using imperial. So I'm going to click over to feet. For our altitude, let's say that we want to fly 120 feet. And based off of these parameters here, with the 80% frontal and 70% side overlap, this is what our flight pattern looks like. And this will cover about 6.5 acres. We're going to get a GSD value of 0.39 inch per pixel, which that's a pretty high resolution there. It gives us some other information here, such as the line spacing, the photo interval, and one important fact here, right, is this photos. So we've actually built into our mission planner an automatic trigger for the drone, meaning whenever the drone gets to a waypoint, it's automatically going to capture an image for you. There is one thing to note here. You're going to notice in the very bottom left-hand corner, you have this preview split. What that means is if I click on it, you're going to see multiple different colored lines for the actual KML itself. One of the biggest issues in using this workflow here, or specifically doing the automation on every single photo capture, is the waypoint information. All that's happening is we're just basically stuffing the DJI Fly application that you're going to be flying on your controller with a bunch of commands. And the more waypoints that you have, the more commands that there are involved. So we actually have an option to turn off the automatic image collection, and you can just do a timed interval setting. I'll explain that a little bit more out in the field, but with it turned on right now, we can see that it's going to take 429 photos. If I wanted one single KML, which is what I usually recommend, we're going to do the turn only, meaning the drone is going to just go from waypoint to waypoint just to do the turns in a lawnmower pattern. And in this case, we now have 28 waypoints that we can see here on the bottom left-hand corner, and we no longer have the split preview here. So if I go back to the full and I do the preview split, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts, right? It shows it here in the bottom left-hand corner, and is going to give a rough estimate on how long it's going to take for all of this. We just wanted to include this. So if you're doing much smaller areas, or maybe you're flying a little bit higher, you can do all of your automations within one flight plan itself. But because I don't necessarily want to do that, and we're just going to fly a little bit higher, I'm going to change this back over to metric, and I'm going to do 60 meter altitude. should be able to get everything in one single mission plan, which I'm actually going to change some of these parameters here. So I'm just going to drop this down to 70%. And there we go. So now we should just have one single KML that we're going to have to input onto the controller. So what I'm going to do is click on this export KMZ, and it's going to give us a location to drop it onto. I'm just going to save it to my downloads. And now we're ready to go ahead and get our controller ready to basically input this KMZ that we just created. So let me show you exactly how to do that. First and foremost, we need to get the controller on. And so once we have the controller on, we're going to click on connect to aircraft, and we're just going to skip over to the camera view. The drone does not have to be on for this. On the left-hand side, we have this little waypoint icon. So I'm just going to click on it, and it's going to open up this little menu. I'm going to click the little paper icon, and we can see that we actually don't have any waypoints on here. So let's create one. We're going to go back, and we're going to click on the plus for the waypoint. What we're going to do is we're just going to zoom anywhere onto the map. This doesn't really matter because we're just going to be replacing this waypoint anyways. And we're just going to tap around on the screen just to create some waypoints. Perfect. That's all we need to do. So we can go ahead and click on the little paper icon here, and we're just going to click on the save button, and we'll just click save. Now what we need to do is actually connect the controller to our Windows computer. This also works on Mac, but you need to have a specific application installed. I'm going to give the descriptions down below on exactly how to do that, but let me just walk you through the method here on Windows. So again, controller needs to be on, and I'm going to plug this directly into my computer. Now that the controller is plugged into my computer, I can actually see it here. So here's that DJI RC2. I'm going to go ahead and just open this up, go into the internal storage, and we're going to go into Android, data, the DJI Go V5. We're going to go into the files, and we're going to see a folder called Waypoint. If we open up that Waypoint folder, we can see there's just this one folder that just has a bunch of letters and numbers. That's that actual Waypoint file that we just created. So I'm going to open up another tab here, go to my downloads, and I'm going to copy that Waypoint demo KML that I just created. So I'm going to select it and click copy. I'm going to go back into that Waypoint folder. We're going to go into that folder that has all the numbers and letters, and I'm simply just going to paste. Now you're going to notice that KMZ file that is the same name as that folder that we just entered. So if I select it, I'm going to click this rename button. And with all of that text selected, I'm just going to hit Control C to copy all of that text. I'm then going to hit escape or just click outside of it. Then I'm going to select that file again and delete it. Click yes. Now what we need to do is just rename the Waypoint OS demo file to copy the same name. So we'll click rename and Command and Control V, paste it, click out of it, and there we go. So now let's go ahead and pop back onto the controller and take a look at the mission that we just uploaded onto there. Back on the controller, if we go back into that camera view, just like what I showed before, and we click on the map here, I'm just going to zoom into Florida just so it's a little bit easier to see, and specifically to where my office park is at, just here to the north. I'm going to click on that waypoint icon again, click that paper icon. And if you look at the little thumbnail icon, it's going to look exactly like what we initially did with the 4 taps, but don't worry because we've already replaced the file in here. If I click on it, it's just going to take a second to load, but once it's done, you're now going to notice, look, we have 113 waypoints. And if I zoom in, this is every single waypoint that the drone is going to fly to and automatically take a photo with. So let's actually get into the field and show you exactly how this works in action.
Now that we're outside, let me show you exactly how this full automation is going to work. So just like inside, we're going to go to the Go Fly. We're then going to click on the little waypoint icon here. We'll click on the paper, and we'll select that automated mission plan that we just created. And just like before, we have all of the actual waypoints here on the map. And so all that's left to do is click on this next button, and we'll have our speed, let's say 10 meters a second. It's going to start at the first waypoint, and we're going to click go. Click continue. And now the drone is going to take off all by itself. And we can watch it in real time. Something I do want to do is just tilt the gimbal all the way down. That way we're capturing in a full nadir mode, which that's the best way to do your data collection. Perfect. And now we're off to its very first waypoint. Once it gets to its first waypoint, it's going to orientate itself, and then it's going to start automating its full capture here. Well, as I was annotating, the screen recording stopped, but if you can take a look here on the screen, it may be a little hard to see, probably not, but every single waypoint that it's going to, it is automatically collecting the data. I'm not even have to doing the camera trigger at all. And I can see it just tracking in the sky, little by little, each waypoint data collection. I'm just gonna let this run for the next 5 to 6 minutes, which is all it should take. Really nothing else I have to do here other than just babysit this thing. Once it's done, it's gonna return, and I'll meet you guys back in front of the computer to show you what the final output looks like. Now that we're back from the field from that fully automated data collection, let me show you what the final output actually looks like. Again, we were flying with the Mini 5 Pro. All I've done is just take the micro SD card and plug it directly into my computer. Here on my desktop, we can take a look at all of the photos that were collected. So if I open it up, we can see here's that full resolution. And I mean, this just looks fantastic from what was captured for the drone. Now let's actually process it. In terms of the actual processing that we're gonna be doing, I'm gonna be showing you both a 2D map and a 3D model that got generated from all of this data that we collected out there. My application of choice is DJI Terra. Yes, I know it is a paid application, but there are also many other applications that exist out there that are entirely free, such as WebODM or just the ODM side of it. There's also free applications that exist for web-based processing. So you can basically pick whichever one that you want. I'm just happening to use the DJI Terra, just so I can show you guys. So how does this actually work? Well, first of all, if I close out this folder, we're going to be taking all of these photos and putting it directly into DJI Terra. I'll walk you step by step. So here within DJI Terra, I'm just going to click on create a project. We'll do visible light, and I'm going to call this the Waypoint OS project. We're going to give it a folder to dump it into. So I'm going to just dump it into this folder that I named Waypoint OS, and click select folder and click OK. Now what we need to do is actually select the folder with all of the photos within it. So I'll click select folder, and I just happen to name this DJI 007TW2. If I click on that folder, it's going to load all of the photos that were gathered in that automated mission. From there, I'm just going to turn on the 2D map and the 3D mesh and just click on start reconstruction. Once done, we have an output like this. So here is our 2D map that we just generated from the automated collection that we did with this little guy right here. Absolutely phenomenal. And we can see there's actually really good detail within this map itself. And honestly, my favorite part is going into this 3D model. Now, yes, I could have flown a little bit slower, a little bit lower, maybe even use that 50 megapixel mode on the drone. But I mean, just for using a free tool to automate the process of collecting this data, we're able to produce something like this is phenomenal. I mean, even look at the point cloud side of it. This is awesome. But there really is nothing else to it. It is that easy. A 100% free application to automate really any DJI drone that exists out there that doesn't already have third-party application support to do data collection like this. I think it's phenomenal. So I'd love for you guys to try it out, and I'd love for you guys to download this. But let's go ahead and break this video down. And that's pretty much it. You guys now have learned exactly how to collect data entirely for free with really any of these drones that you see right here and with our free software, Waypoint OS. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this free application. I'd love for you guys to post about it. Tag me on Instagram and LinkedIn about some of the results that you're getting with Waypoint OS. And be sure to give me feedback because I want to keep adding more tools to this free application here. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like. If you want to see more from me in the future, be sure to subscribe. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about all of this, what I should do and where I should take this. Remember, this is entirely free. Check the link down below to go ahead and download it for yourself and start collecting data entirely for free. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.